And welcome back to The Factor Uncensored. Well, here's one thing most Republicans and Democrats can agree on. Many of them are arguing State Representative George Santos should resign. He's accused of cooking up and selling many lies throughout his campaign. Here's a snapshot of a few of them. Santos allegedly lied about being Jewish, the time of frame of his mother's death, his campaign finances, getting robbed of his rent money once in New York, his past job in the universities he claimed on his resume. Let's bring in Angela Box and Dallas Jones. You know, somebody said, look, is he really gay? Does he have an actual wife instead of a husband? He proved that.
You know,
they don't believe anything he says anymore.
Well, he sounds like a congenital liar, much like our current president, who never forget in 1988. I'm sorry.
Sounds like a lying Democrat.
In 1988, Joe Biden had to drop out of the presidential race because he plagiarized a British leftist and used his speech as his own speech. And let's not forget that he's pinned his wife's death on an innocent man who he claimed was a drunk driver, when in fact it was Jill Biden, excuse me, not Jill Biden, his first wife, that was responsible for the car accident. And then let's not forget that he said he was arrested for protesting in South Africa with Nelson Mandela. I mean, that's just a little bit of Joe Biden. And then let's talk about Elizabeth Warren, shall we? Pocahontas,
wait.
who literally used her whole life as
Let's bring Dallas Jones in here. Dallas, so we're not talking about George anymore. We're talking about Joe Biden.
Hey.
But your thoughts on George Santos?
I mean, we're talking about Congressman Santos here, and you know, I mean, the guy is relentless. He's holding the line until the end. I mean, I think you set it up well, right? It's Republicans and Democrats saying, hey, look, man, you're pushing it too far. You know, but this is politics at play. I mean, you know, at the end of the day, there's only a five vote margin in between the majority and the minority, and every vote counts. And so Kevin McCarthy is not calling for George Santos to resign, which is one of his first examples of failed leadership in what's a hard-fought road we just talked about last week to the speakership. And so they're trying to hold the line. They know that they have a very broken and frail caucus that cannot agree, mainly due to 20 members that have ideological differences from what is being shown as the mainstream. And so he's not going to call for Santos to resign. But at the end of the day, what they have said is that they're not going to give him key committee assignments. We're not going to give him top secret clearance because we don't know that we can actually trust him to keep the secrets. Well, that shows that there is a problem in his ability to represent the people that McCarthy has said is
Hey, at least he didn't sleep with a Chinese spy like Eric Swalwell, okay? Fang, fang, ringing bells.
All right.
Anyway,
let's go on to our next one, Angela. The one you really wanted to talk about.
Yeah.
Also developing tonight, President Biden at the center of a new investigation after classified documents were found in his Delaware home. Your thoughts, Angela?
Well, this has the stench of Watergate all over it, and this is coming out right now, so Joe Biden will not be the 2024 nominee, but it's going to backfire on these people because it doesn't just ensnare Joe Biden, who is now saying that, oh, whoopsie, I kept classified documents in my garage by my Corvette, vroom, vroom, that is son Hunty, who, never forget, sat on the Ukraine board of Burisma, documented to have been millionaire over by China. These documents just out in the open where anyone could find them, not to mention the University of Pennsylvania Biden Center, which took $57 million from China after they gave Joe $1 million while he was vice president. Y'all, this is an onion, okay? This isn't just about documents. This is about, this guy was vice president. He had no ability to declassify these documents. We saw the same thing with Hillary Clinton when she bleached 35,000 emails and had an unsecured server. Again, China can easily hack into that. These are
Dallas. So Dallas, and she makes a good point. The first set of documents, okay, we get that. But now there's a second set of documents. Is it just sloppiness or what?
Well, I'm just smiling because I'm like, wow, it's like every conspiracy theory that exists has just come out tonight. But at the end of the day, let's be very clear. Let's frame this, okay? It was Biden's lawyers that turned in the first set of documents. There was an investigation going on, and that investigation revealed a second set of documents. They then reached out to the National Archives, and they themselves turned the documents in, which is a very staunch conflict from another investigation that is going on. And
former President Donald Trump took a a year.
Well, first of all, he was subpoenaed.
No, they were negotiating. That's not true.
He was subpoenaed. He was raided, and even then he fought the DOJ.
See, and this is a two-tier justice system.
Still